and that would be an ideal location for Lane Kiffin. What do you think about Oklahoma?
Well, let me just stop you there, Shane,
Okay.
because I don't think that's even going to be that good a job when they jump in the SEC.
Okay. All right.
Here's the path. If I'm Lane, if I believe I can keep winning, and I don't think there's any indication that he can't keep winning, because he's got a young quarterback. He's got a stud freshman running back. I mean, he's finding these guys. He's the portal king for a reason. So it's like a little mini NFL franchise down there. I'd stay, and this has been said before, but I'm going to reiterate it because I think as more time goes on, the more likely it is, Shane.
I know where you're going.
You wait out Nick Saban and you take over at Alabama. And I think, hell, we just saw it. I mean, he's calling out Jimbo here. He's saying Nick Saban, my buddy. He's calling my buddy out. They may have not had the best relationship when they were working together, but I think they're a lot closer than people really understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Nick Saban would give his blessing for Lane Kiffin to take over that job. Thoughts on that?
Well, I think that would be the dream job for Kiffin, short of USC. Obviously, they're not calling anytime soon, but I really do. I think when I'm Texas, A&M, maybe even Texas, if that job popped open with Steve Sarkisian leaving, not saying that's
he'll
gonna
get
happen,
Arch
but
one way or another. Huh?
I'm just saying there's that possibility. But no, I think Lane Kiffin's looking beyond some of these schools that he would have been over backwards for 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean he would have easily left FAU for Auburn. That wouldn't even been a question. But people were afraid to gamble on him, and now look, he's putting together some fantastic seasons. So,
Right.
I want one last question on this one, Mike. How many years? Because obviously you're predicting a lot of things. I don't see Lane Kiffin quitting any time, or Nick Saban quitting anytime soon. Looks fantastic, blowing out his 95th birthday candles the other day. A lot of fire in there. But how long do you think we see Kiffin in Ole Miss? Because I don't see Jimbo Lee. Now I may be wrong, but I don't see that job opening up. I don't see Bama opening up. I don't see LSU opening up. Some of these key schools that have the things that you're saying, fandom and NIL. I don't see any of those opening up at the end of the season. So that's good for Ole Miss because the longer he's there, the more likely you keep him.
Right. Well, to be honest, Shane, you're asking me a question. There's no way I could possibly answer it, but here's maybe something you consider. And maybe this is a reach, but I do know his daughter. He's very close with his daughter. She's about to graduate and enroll in college. She's going to Ole Miss, Shane. So I think if he stays there for this offseason, he may just stay the entire time she's there. I mean, I think that's reasonable to us. Not that she couldn't leave or not that she wouldn't go to school with him not being there, but I think that's a reasonable assumption. I think he would love to stay close to his daughter and be there. Yeah. So for 4 more seasons, I mean, if you're an Ole Miss fan, you can't look at that and say that's a bad deal,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he named his son Knox, and he turned us down, so, I mean... Kelly took his daughter out of Notre Dame, didn't he? So I don't know. I'm messing with you. It's ifs and buts. It's funny because all these names. This is what we like about coaching hires. We can play all these scenarios that go through, but I think Auburn's gonna take their time. They're gonna make the right move. I can't see Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for that job right now. But there are some other interesting names. You mentioned Dion. I don't know if that's in the cards. He'd be entertaining, but you're going to hear that. All these groomers, as we used to call them up here in Tennessee.